on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to take a look at this Malia Epiphone Les Paul Custom. So a quick look at this guitar. This is a mahogany body with a maple top. You have this vintage look throughout the guitar. So a quick backstory on how I got this guitar. So I usually go on this website called Slick Deals at least once a day to find deals on electronics or any daily items. So I seen they had the Malia RG and Explorer on sale. I've been a fan of Bring Me Horizon for years, and I just never knew Lee had his own signature guitars. I just never looked into it and never seen any advertisements for it. You know, obviously I knew he played Epiphone, but I thought it was just his, custom-made Epiphone guitar, and he didn't put it out to the general public. So when I seen he had the RG and the Explorer, I decided to do some research on these guitars, and I noticed that the first guitar he came out with was actually this Les Paul. When I seen the RG and Explorer, I was intrigued at the price. They were only $500. Usually they're around $800 normal price. So for $500, I thought it was a great deal. But I'm not a big fan of the Explorer or the RG shape. I think the color of the guitar and the setup of the guitar was actually really cool. But besides that, I don't see myself playing an RG or an Explorer at home. So when I seen he had also a Les Paul, I started looking for it, but that guitar was not part of the sale. So this is the first signature model he came out with, and it was a limited run. All his guitars seem like limited runs. I think the current one is the RG. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I think it went Les Paul, then I think it went to Explorer, and now it's the RG. So like I said, I didn't see myself playing those two other guitars. So I started looking on Reverb, and these Les Pauls were going for around $800, maybe $900. I looked on Music.ground, they had nothing. I tried the typical Musician's Friend. All those websites stopped stocking this guitar. So when I went on Guitar Center and typed in Malia Les Paul, I found this guitar. This is a used Malia Les Paul. It was around $400 plus shipping and tax, so I paid under $500 to get this guitar to my house. I think it was $470 total, so I think it's a great deal. These guitars are selling upwards of $700, $800 on eBay, and I got it for under $500. So I think that's a steal. So that sale on the RG and Explorer helped me find this. So a little background on this guitar. So obviously it's a Les Paul. It's an Epiphone custom. You have on the back of this headstock, it says limited edition Epiphone custom shop. You have this inspection quality control sticker. 100% inspected and set up in the USA, and you have Lee's signature on the back of the headstock. On the front of the headstock, it says Les Paul LTD ED Custom, and yeah, this is based off of vintage Artisan Gibson. I think it's from the 70s. I'll pop it up on the screen, the original image of this guitar. The only big differences is obviously the pickup setup. So in a bridge, you have Lee's signature pickup, which is 8014, and in the neck position is basically a P90 and a humbucker setup. So I think it's called P94. And this volume pot over here is a push-pull pot, so you can split this bridge pickup into a single coil or a humbucker. So I think this guitar is a very good guitar for overall most music taste. It can play the heavy stuff, it can play the clean stuff, and anything in between. So a few comments on the condition of this guitar when I received it. Obviously this pick card over here has some pick marks on it, but it's not a big deal. The body, I honestly cannot find a single scratch on this body. It's in excellent condition. And the tuners are a little corroded, so I'm going to have to clean them up, but that's besides the point. Obviously it happens to most metal parts on a guitar. with age they just, you know, corrode and, you know, you have to clean them up with WD-40. But other than that, and I don't think these are the best tuners. I've tried some bad tuners, I've tried some good tuners, and I think these are somewhere in between. I had some trouble getting this guitar in tune, so I might look into options on replacing these tuners. So right now I'm just going to do a quick sound comparison of all the pickups, and let's start from there. So I'm going to start out with distortion on these pickups. So we're going to start out with the bridge position first. So now we're going to go to the middle position. So now let's try the neck position. Let's go back to the bridge position and let's split the coil on it. So now let's try some clean stuff. Now we're back to the bridge, a little bit of reverb, and we're not splitting the coil right now. So now let's try and split the coil. So now let's go to the middle position without coil splitting. So now let's split the coil on the middle position. So now let's go to the neck position. So I think this is an awesome guitar for the price, especially getting it under $500. It's very versatile. On the neck shape, I know it's I think it's called a traditional C shape or something like that. Let me double check. Yeah, so it's a rounded C profile neck. To be honest with you, it feels just the same way as my LTD Eclipse, and this is a 400 VF Eclipse. So honestly, the neck shape feels basically exactly the same to me as this Eclipse. So yeah, I guess I'm used to it already because I used to play that guitar all the time. It's one of the first nicer guitars I ever bought. So the neck feels good. Obviously, it's a chunkier neck. It's not your Strat, neck or anything like that. But yeah, overall, I think it's an awesome guitar. If you guys wind up finding this guitar for under 500 bucks, I think it's a bargain. It looks and plays as, a more expensive instrument. So I think, yeah, if you guys can find it even under $600, I think it's a great guitar. Like I said, the only things I would probably upgrade is these tuners. Get something that stays in tune a little bit better. If you watch Aggiefish, he did a review, I think, in the RG or the Explorer, and one of the tuners was bad on that guitar. So I don't know if it's like a common thing on these Malia guitars, but these tuners are not that great. I had trouble for them to stay in tune and get in tune. So yeah, thanks for checking out my review. And if you guys wind up finding one of these discontinued Malia Les Pauls, I think you guys should get it. Or if you guys are searching for the RG or the Explorer, I'm going to leave a link down below where you can get them for $500. Thanks for checking out this video. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Thanks, guys.